I was referred to Dr. Smart from a friend who said that he was probably the best chiropractor they had ever gone to. So, reputation preceding him, I said, okay, I will drive from Tacoma to see this Dr. Smart, who I've been told is really fantastic. And I came in because I do believe in chiropractic care, but I wasn't getting the results where I was, and I was in a lot of pain. I had had a really bad car accident, and my body was not recovering. And I think I was 45 when I had the accident, and I was pretty concerned, about what I was going to look and feel like at 50. I also struggled immensely with my weight, and I was seeing a doctor for my thyroid. I had thyroid problems, I had Hashimoto's, and lived with that for years. And started to see Dr. Smart, and instantly saw a difference. Yeah. And so I started scheduling 2 to 3 appointments a week. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to take the drive in from Tacoma and enjoy the scenery and get the care that I really need. And then as time went on, because I wasn't getting the results with, my thyroid health that I really needed, I started to see Tracy. And I will tell you, between the two of them, everything from the chiropractic adjustments to, I will not be technical at all when it comes to NIS, but all I know is that it works, right? And when Dr. Smart can help realign your body energetically and emotionally, and then physically, things just start working the way they're supposed to. Then I started work with Tracy, and I'll tell you, I have to say she's probably one of the smartest women I know. And she's smart, and she's intuitive, and she really knows her stuff. And she looked at me and said, "You don't have a thyroid problem." I'm like, "What are you talking about, nutritionist?" Right? The doctors say, for 25 years that I have hypothyroidism. She's like, well, your Hashimoto's is gone, so that was cured. And she said, your test results are not speaking to that you have a problem producing thyroid. She says, your test results, and she's not a doctor, right? So she did have to say, you need to go to your doctor and you need to talk about this. And she says, but your test results are showing that you are producing thyroid. It's a pituitary. I'm like, a what? A pituitary? No, really, it was a pituitary. I now know these words. Yeah. Exactly what they do, Tracy can tell you. They just speak. What I understand, they're the upper functions that speak to the thyroid. But my hypothalamus and my pituitary weren't speaking, telling my thyroid that it was making enough thyroid production. So my body kept trying to produce more, even though it actually made what I needed. It just was the brain was misaligned, right? Not just misaligned chiropractically, misaligned energetically, NIS, nutritionally, there was a misalignment. So at the time I went to the doctor I was seeing, and they were just like, we need to up your meds. So I'm like, okay, I've done this for 20 plus years. I know what to do, up the meds. The reality is, for a thyroid patient to change meds, up, down, or brand, is a radically intense process. It is a roller coaster. And for anybody who's suffered the way I've suffered, they understand it. We call it the thyroid storm. I've coined the phrase, tether your mind to truth despite how you feel, because you can't really trust your feelings at the time because your thyroid is going to do whatever it does. Well, my test results did not get better, and this is clinical, but the TSH levels shot out the roof. So my thyroid level that should have been stabilized just went even higher. So at that point, I came back to Tracy, and she reiterated, it's not a thyroid problem. You make thyroid. It's a pituitary hypothalamus. And I said, well, let me go to another doctor. So I went to that doctor, and that doctor said, well, you've already been on medication, but you've been on more of a natural medication. So let's put you on a synthetic with an additional medication. So we're going to touch your TSH, and we're going to touch your T3, T4. So we're going to use these two things because in combination, these should work. Now, this is a very experienced doctor in the world of endocrine. I'm on it for 6 months, and I feel like hell. and I am at death's. I mean, it felt like I was at death's door. I can't function. I can barely walk. Every muscle in my body hurts. I can barely get out of bed. I can barely concentrate on work. I am weepy. It was a mess. I was a wreck. I come in to see Tracy. She says, it's not a thyroid problem. You produce enough thyroid. It's a hypothalamus and pituitary, and you need support. And I said, okay. Now, I was so desperate because I had just endured 2 more months of pain, real serious, debilitating, getting down on your knees. I'm crying to try to get back up. Dr. Smart is adjusting. He's doing, and so there's a maintenance of it. Like, they're keeping me at bay, but I'm still fighting my body. And I said, okay, Tracy, I'm going to set an appointment with my doctor, and I'd like you to, get on the call with us, the video call. She said, okay. And so we did that. And next thing I know, my doctor said, you don't need to be on thyroid medicine, Nancy. We have hypothalamus pituitary support that we could put you on. And I'll tell you, Tracy is one humble gal. I think it was a full year, an entire year she had been saying, it's not a thyroid issue. And I will tell you what, in 30 days, I am a brand new woman. Wow. Yeah, I don't need thyroid medication for the first time since I was 27 years old, and I'm 51. Wow. Yeah, I'm completely off of my thyroid medication, and I am functioning exactly the way I should be functioning. I'm thinking quickly. I have energy. I'm up early. I'm going to bed at a regular time. I'm sleeping through the night. I'm like, wow, this is life. This is the way life should be. And I will tell you, between Dr. Smart and Tracy, they truly believe you can get well. And what I found with the doctor I had seen prior, they didn't believe I could get well. They would say, well, we can adjust and we could probably get to you, but you'll probably always be on a grain of thyroid med. They did not believe I could get well. And Tracy and Ryan, or Dr. Smart, both said, the body is smart. Well, look at that. I mean, happens to be their last name. It's fantastic. They're right. The body is smart. And they said the body wants to heal itself if it's given the right tools to do so. They truly believe that it can. And I think that's the biggest difference. I don't want to see a professional that doesn't believe I can heal, grow, and change.